Hey there YouTube, this is Tipman0 with another deck profile for you. Yeah, I finally got my freaking sleeves, took them long enough, right? Almost into 2012, but so I've been testing this deck for a while. It's Chronomaly's, and I know before you guys say like, oh, that deck sucks, it actually been testing pretty well. I've beaten Windups consistently and Dino Rabbit consistently, which I think is a statement, so let's get right into it. I'll show you the monsters right off. So you play, well, let me organize real quick. You play Triple Crystal Skull. Triple Skull, basically, you discard when you control a face-up Chronomaly, and you can add a Chronomaly to your hand. That sets up a lot of plays for you, because you definitely need a Chronomaly on board to do a lot of the things you can do. So that's the start of it. Then you play 3 Crystal Bones. Basically the Cyber Dragon of the deck, but it has a special effect that when it's special summoned this way, when your opponent, like if your opponent controls a monster, you don't. Special summon it, you can special summon an additional Chronomaly to this summon. So you can go him, and then you go into another Chronomaly, and then you can start off right there. So there's that. Then you play 3 Golden Jet, or Space Dildos, as my friend calls them. Basically, this is your level manipulator. It lets you go into 6s more consistently. It just increases the level of all Chronomalys you control by 1, which is pretty nice. And then you Triple Moi. He, if you control a Chronomaly, you can special summon him. Simple as that. Very good, level 5s. You can go into Jet, activate effects, so he becomes a 5, then special summon him, and you have a rank 5 right there. Easy as that. And then I only play 2 of the Colossal Head. Colossal Head's like the Book of Moon. When it's in the graveyard, you can banish it, and you can basically set 1 card your opponent controls, so level 3 or higher, so that's pretty nice. And then to the non-Chronomaly stuff, you play Triple Tour, or Double Tour Guide. I wish Triple Tour Guide. It helps you go into rank 3s. Really simple, and it's just a great card. I think you should play it in just about any deck. And then you have the 1 Sangan with it, of course. And then the 2 Thunder Kings. Just kind of, it helps out because when this deck goes off and they have an answer to that, you usually lose. Like, it's like the Samurais used to be, where if you go off and then you lose control, you lose the game. But this kind of helps you prevent that. And then you play 2 Max C. I still think this is a really viable card. The 1 Gores, and then the BLS, because a lot of the Chronomalys are light, and then you have the Tour Guide, the Gores, and your extra decks, a lot of them are dark, so BLS really goes, hard. Spells. Spells, basic lineup, you, well, not really basic lineup for Chronomalys, I feel. You run 2 Shrinks, oddly enough. It really helps protect your cards if they have to be on the field for a turn, or they have a Max C, you don't want to go off. And also, the rank 5, I'll show you later, the Chronomaly rank 5, and activate this effect, inflict damage to your opponent's life points by targeting 1 monster your opponent controls, inflict the difference between their original attack and their current attack, and then your Chronomaly monster gains that difference in attack points. So you shrink a Shining when it's at 32, your monster gains 1600 attack points, and they lose 1600 life points, so it's pretty nice. Then you play the 2 Lances, because I just think Lance is really important in just about any deck, and then 2 MSTs. Basically, it's like you're playing 4 MSTs in the deck, more or less, and also it protects your monsters and helps out with that rank 5 Chronomaly. Then the staples, the Dark Hole. Pot of Avarice for this deck, staple. Book of Moon, Heavy Storm, Reborn, and then I'm testing this Chronomaly technology. Basically, what you do is if you remove from play a Chronomaly, and then you put your hand down, draw 2 cards. You don't have to reveal them to your opponent, and then you discard 1 of those 2 cards. But you can only special summon Chronomaly monsters this turn. So it helps you when you're in a pinch, if you need 2 cards. Like, I did that in the tournament. I was top decking, and I top decked this. Then I drew into Dark Hole Tour Guide, and I Dark Hole, and then I won the next game. So it's pretty simple. That's all the spells. And then traps, only 5. 2 Bottomless, 2 Warning, and the Judgment. Reason being, you're playing the Gores, and once you get your Xyz on the board, a lot of them help you keep control, and it also prevents them from really going off. Like, you can make Photon Strake Bounds, or you can make these really big guys that give them issues. So, these are the traps that I'm running right now, and this is a 40-card deck, so there's that. Extra deck. Pretty basic for Chronomalys. Look at those sleeves, love them. I have my Gores token, the one that was made, not the one that's coming out, unfortunately, but there's that. Then you run the Zenmaines, the Tour Guide. You have to run a lot of numbers, so Giga Brilliant, Leviathan. This one, he's like a bitchy version of Zenmaines. If your opponent attacks him, you remove one material. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken. So it's like you summon him, they don't want to attack it, so unless they have an out to it. So there's that. Then you got him on an Acid Golem. He's an out to a lot of big guys that you can't get over. And then Utopia. You only play you rarely make 4s, but when you do, it's Utopia and then Utopia Ray. Usually, if you're about to lose, you can just 4,500 to the face kind of thing. And then here's the rank 5 I was talking about. Makomek, Chronomaly Makomek. He's really easy to bring out consistently, and he has a pretty good effect. So look that one up. And then you play Shadow Ninja, Tyrus, and Andreas. It's because those guys are insanely good. And then this one, Chronomaly Atlantis. I love this card. There's a number card in your graveyard, and you can go for 6. I'd go for him every time. Reason being is when he's summoned, equip a number card from your graveyard to this card. Then you can detach a material and send the number card to the graveyard and have your opponent's life points. So it's like, oh, you just saw him judgmented for nothing kind of thing. It's really good, and what you can do is unfortunately you can't attack the turn you do this, but I go him and then I can make like a Gaia Knight or Gaia Dragon, so that's pretty good. And then you gotta play the Photon Streak Bouncer, just because you can go 6s and he's like one of the best 6s in the game. And yeah, and then you gotta go Force Focus, just because it's another number target, because you need numbers in your grave. And he's also a really good number because Samurai is just 1, the YCS, so you want to make sure that's covered, so they can go Sheehan, and then you're just like activate Force Focus, negate the effect, attack enemy ad area kind of thing. So there's that. And then the Gaia, because you can go 6s, and it's kind of useful to get, after you use the Chronomaly's effect, he's kind of useless, so then you just go into Gaia and then attack kind of thing. That's the main deck, and then the side deck, 2 Veilers, 2 Snowman, 3 Peace, 2 level limits, 1, 2, the 3rd MST, just in case, because Heroes is a really tough matchup for this deck, so it kind of just helps out in that essence. Then triple Macrocosmos, because you don't really need the Chaos aspect of it, so what you do is you're stunned at that point. You keep in just a few of the Chronomalies, the Tour Guides, and take the BLS out and the Gores, and then you basically can just, stall out, because you can still make the rank 5s and rank 6s, but you don't, need to go off and try to OTK as much, and it really helps out to stop a lot of decks this format. And then the Crevice and the Compulse. Dark Worlds wind-ups, basically. So that's the deck, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you very much.